So with thousands of options out there, people always want to know what's the best bank account to have for your savings. And the truth is that not all bank accounts are created equal, because some are paying as little as only 0.01%, while others are paying as much as 3.3 to upwards of 4% at the time of filming this. To put that in perspective, if you had $10,000 of savings without considering the effect of compounding, that's going to be the difference between earning just one single dollar of interest versus up to $330 to $400 of interest per year. And it's all thanks to the power of the 10 best high yield savings accounts that we're going to be talking about here in this video. Now, I like to make these types of videos at the start of every year because the rates that these top accounts pay are always changing, especially lately as the Fed's been lowering their rates, which has a direct effect on this stuff. So as we go over these top savings accounts here, just keep in mind that these rates are going to be as accurate as possible on the day this video is uploaded. But rates do fluctuate, so it's by no means a bad thing if they go down a little bit and the banks aren't lowering them because they're out to get you. But again, the rates just move in line with the market as other interest rates change. So with all that said, let's get right into things with the first bank on our list here, and that is going to be Barclays with their tiered savings account. Now this account is pretty cool because as you can see here, you can earn up to 4.00% APY, and right now you can even get a $200 bonus after depositing $30,000 through March 31st of 2026. That welcome bonus promotion is going to be valid for new Barclays tiered savings customers only, and you do have to deposit $30K and then actually keep that balance for at least 120 days to qualify. And then one other thing that's important to mention here is that, like the name says, the interest rates on this account are going to be tiered. So according to this chart, right now you can earn 4.00% APY if you have a balance between $250,000 and $1 million. And then for all other tiers below $250,000, you're going to be able to earn 3.85% APY. Now that's still an amazing rate that's right up there or even better than most of the other top high yield accounts we're going to go over in this video. And like many other top accounts, there's going to be no monthly maintenance fees, no minimum balance required to open this account. And most importantly, Barclays is an actual bank, and so your money is going to be FDIC insured up to the maximum amount allowed by law. That means that you can feel safe knowing that your money is going to be protected for up to $250,000 per depositor per FDIC insured bank for each account ownership category for all the savings accounts we're going to have on this list. All right, next on our list is going to be a personal favorite of mine that my wife and I have been using for the past 5 years now, and that would be SoFi with their high yield savings account, which to me offers the most features and benefits out of all the banks here in this video. However, there is going to be one catch that's important to mention that's not a big deal to me, but you do want to keep it in mind if you're thinking about switching your banking over to SoFi. Now, the first thing to know here is that when you sign up for a SoFi online bank account, you're actually going to be receiving both a checking and a savings account with them. So they don't offer standalone checking or savings accounts, but that's honestly fine with me because their checking product is really good as well, which we'll get to in just a minute. But with their high yield savings account that we're going to be focusing on in this video, SoFi is currently offering 3.30% APY at the time of filming this. However, as you can see here, right now their website is saying that you can fuel your savings with a 0.70% APY boost that would bring you up to 4.00% APY for a limited time. Basically, the way that works is that if you open up a new SoFi savings account by January 31st, 2026, and then you set up eligible direct deposit within 60 days, you're going to get a 0.70% APY boost for 6 months as long as you maintain that eligible direct deposit. So the current standard rate of 3.30% APY at the time of filming, plus that 0.70% boost is what's going to get you up to that 4.00% APY. And if that variable standard rate ever changes, again, just like the rates on all high yield savings accounts do according to what's happening with the Fed, then you'll continue getting that 0.70% boost on top of whatever that new rate becomes during that 6-month period. Another cool way that SoFi offers more upfront value is that you can earn either a $50 or a $300 bonus with eligible direct deposit as well. So like it says here, all you have to do is open up your account and then set up eligible direct deposit of $1,000 or more. But if you scroll down to the bottom of the terms here for this welcome bonus, you'll see that they clarify how to reach those different bonus tiers. So if you receive eligible direct deposits that add up to between $1,000 and $4,999.99 within 25 calendar days of your first eligible direct deposit, then you're going to get that $50 bonus. But if your direct deposits add up to $5,000 or more during those 25 calendar days, then you're going to get the larger $300 bonus. I'll leave a link down below where you can learn more about that offer or just see whatever new offers they might be running if you're watching this much further in the future. And I'll also go ahead and leave links down below to all the other accounts mentioned in this video in case a different account that we talk about here sounds good to you. Now, SoFi also offers no monthly fees, overdraft fees, or minimum balance fees, as well as FDIC insurance of up to $3 million thanks to their partner network. And then one other feature I really love about SoFi is called Vaults, where I can basically set up different savings buckets for different goals that I have, like a travel fund, emergency fund, or holiday gift fund, and all of those vaults are going to each fall within my SoFi savings account where I'm earning that same high yield rate. Even with that checking account that you get alongside the savings account, you're still going to be able to earn 0.50% APY as well, which is actually pretty high compared to the zero interest that most other checking accounts pay. But like I said earlier, there is sort of one small catch here with SoFi that you've probably noticed already, and that is going to be the fact that they do require direct deposit to be set up in order to get the most out of these accounts. So in addition to new customers getting that APY boost and then the $50 or $300 bonus after setting up direct deposit, that same direct deposit is also going to be required over the long run to maintain their top APY, because it says right here, as long as you direct deposit your pay or add $5,000 every 31 days, you'll earn 3.30% APY on your savings and vaults balances and 0.50% APY on your checking balances. But if you do not meet one of those requirements, you're only going to be able to earn 1.00% APY on your savings and vaults balances. So again, to me, because I get a lot of value out of the features and benefits on both the checking and savings accounts from SoFi, I've just had direct deposit set up for a while and it's no big deal. But that requirement does seem to be the one small thing that people generally dislike the most about SoFi. All right, next here for savings account number 3 on this list, we're going to jump over to a super simple one with the Marcus online savings account from Goldman Sachs. So this Marcus account is currently paying 3.65% APY at the time of filming this, with no fees and no minimum deposit requirements as well, which is nice. And then the one other feature that they advertise here, which I don't see a lot of other accounts mention, is that they offer same-day transfers of $100,000 or less to or from other banks. Hovering over that feature gives us a few details as well, where they say they'll process transfers of $100,000 or less made through Marcus by 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time each day, and they'll make that transfer to that other account by 5 p.m. Eastern Time that same day. So for some situations, that can be a nice feature to have, but other than that, again, Marcus is a pretty simple account with not much else going on. And since we're talking about Goldman Sachs here, I wanted to go ahead and bring up a quick honorable mention for this video as well, which is going to be the Apple Savings account that's also offered by Goldman at the moment. So Apple Savings typically pays the same rate as what the Marcus account is paying, which you can see right now is also that same 3.65% APY at the time of filming this. And the biggest thing that this Apple Savings account has going for it would be the user interface that Apple is known for. The downside though is that you do need to have an Apple Card in order to open this high yield savings account that's designed to be paired with that card. And in order to get an Apple Card and to get the most out of it, you basically have to be an iPhone user as well. So that is going to limit a lot of people outside of the Apple ecosystem from using the savings account. Also, if you followed news stories over the past year, Apple and Goldman Sachs are going to be ending their partnership sometime very soon. And Apple right now is kind of just shopping around for a new bank partner. So if you're using the Apple Savings account already, then that's great. But if you're looking for a new savings account, then I would probably hold off on the Apple one until we get more clarity on the overall direction of these Apple financial products in the near future. All right, next up here for savings account number 4 on our list, we've got Capital One with their 360 Performance Savings account. And this account is currently paying 3.40% APY at the time of filming this with no fees or minimums. And then of course you've got FDIC insurance to protect your deposits as well. But what's unique about Capital One compared to most other bank accounts we're talking about here is that they offer this really solid online high yield savings account, but they also have a pretty decent physical location presence around the country with both branch locations as well as Capital One cafes, which are pretty cool if you've never been to one. Those branches are only available in certain cities, obviously, but depending on where you live, and if you want to have that option to actually walk into a physical branch while also using a good online high yield account, then Capital One is probably going to be a good fit for you. With a 360 Performance Savings account, even though they don't have a vaults feature or a feature that lets you create different sub accounts for goals you have, what you can do is easily just open multiple of these savings accounts for those different goals. And I've done this before and it was super quick and easy. Capital One also has a great app interface. And then obviously if you have any Capital One credit cards, which are really good as well, then all of those credit cards and all those bank accounts are going to be in one single place under that app. All right, next for account number 5 on our list, let's go ahead and take a look at another popular name in the world of credit cards who offers a great savings product as well. And that is going to be American Express with their high yield savings account. So this Amex account is offering 3.30% APY right now, which is right in line with SoFi, even though there is no APY boost offer at the moment. But with this account, it's going to be best for people who might be existing Amex customers or those who really just want something simple as well. Once again, there's no fees or minimums here, and American Express advertises their 24/7 customer support, which I could say from using their credit card products has always been pretty good for me. But outside of that, that's pretty much it. They do offer a rewards checking account as well that you could pair with this that also has no fees or minimums. And like the name says, for this checking account, you can actually earn 1 membership rewards point for every $2 of spending that you put on the debit card that's linked to this account. Now, as someone who's very much into maximizing points and miles, that's not at all a good earning rate, and I do not recommend using this debit card for earning points. But what's good is that you can earn one of the best rates of 1.00% APY on checking balances here. So combining these Amex checking and savings accounts along with some of the cards they offer, like the Blue Cash Everyday, the Blue Cash Preferred, or maybe even the Amex Gold card, that's going to be a pretty great setup in my opinion. Next, for number 6 on our list of the best high yield savings accounts, we've got the Ally savings account that's been a really popular online option for years now, and they're still pretty good and competitive with a 3.30% APY rate at the moment. Once again, Ally's got no monthly maintenance fees or minimum balance requirements here, and they're also FDIC insured just like all the other accounts on this list. And then they like to advertise on their website these bonus features they have called boosters. These boosters include things like recurring transfers that you can set up, roundups from your Ally spending account that you can link to the savings account, and also a surprise savings feature that you can enable where Ally is going to basically analyze your linked checking accounts and then help you transfer any money into your savings for you. They also offer a savings buckets feature for setting money aside for different goals you might have under your savings account, which is something, again, I really think is great for a lot of people for just helping them visualize a purpose behind why they're saving money. The spending account that Ally offers, which is basically like their version of a checking account, is pretty good too, with features like up to 2-day early paychecks and also up to $10 in credits to cover out-of-network ATM withdrawals each statement cycle. And the overall interface with Ally is good as well, which is something that's kind of true for most of these online savings accounts that really focus on user experience. All right, next, we're going to jump over to a savings account that I came across just recently that I think could be worth checking out that also offers a slightly higher APY, and that's going to be Everbank Performance Savings for account number 7 on our list. Now, Everbank is currently offering an awesome 3.90% APY that's one of the highest here in this video, and just like all the other accounts so far, there's no monthly maintenance fees and no minimum balance required. Again, high yield rates like this one offered by Everbank are more than 9 times the national average of 0.43% APY, and they're way above the 0.01% rates that bigger names like Bank of America and Wells Fargo are paying out on their most popular savings accounts. That's really the main goal that I have with these videos, is to show there's so many better options out there for savings accounts than what most people realize. But unfortunately, the bank accounts that still get used the most are sort of just something that many people don't put that much thought into, and so they don't even recognize that they're missing out on hundreds or even potentially thousands of dollars of interest that they could be earning every single year while their extra cash is just sitting around. This Everbank savings account also comes with the standard FDIC insurance, and then there's going to be a decent checking account that you could pair with this as well, which has no fees and earns 0.25% APY that, again, is pretty good for a checking account. But Everbank Performance Checking does have a $100 minimum deposit required to open, which is fine and actually kind of reasonable compared to most larger banks. Now, for bank accounts 8, 9, and 10, I want to do a rapid fire rundown of these because they're really going to be here for the fact that they offer some of the highest rates in this video, with each one currently sitting at 4% or higher. So those are going to be Lending Club Level Up Savings, Bread High Yield Savings, and VO Bank Online Savings. So for Lending Club, they're currently offering 4.00% APY with no fees or minimums, with the only requirement here being that you need to deposit $250 or more every single month into this account to get that rate. For Bread Savings, they're currently offering 4.05% APY with no monthly maintenance fees and only a small $100 minimum opening deposit requirement. And then for VO Bank, they've currently got the highest rate in this video at 4.16% APY, also with no monthly fees and only a $100 minimum to open. I know that some people just want the highest rate on their savings period, and so those past few accounts are going to be very good for that if that's your main priority. But all the accounts in this video, honestly, are going to have very good rates while also having good customer service as well, based on the reviews and the data points you guys have commented on in previous videos. That feedback goes a long way, so if you have any other accounts that I missed here that you think are worth mentioning, then definitely go ahead and comment those down below. However, I couldn't end this video without talking about a few other honorable mentions that technically are not savings accounts, but they're still worth considering as well. Some of these come from investment companies like Fidelity, who offer their cash management account that's currently paying 3.42% when you choose the money market option with them, as well as Vanguard with their Cash Plus account that's currently paying 3.10% APY. Now, that high-paying version of the cash management account from Fidelity has your cash being held in a money market fund where you have SIPC coverage because of the nature of that fund, whereas the Vanguard Cash Plus account works with separate program banks where your money is actually being held with those. Those program banks are then able to offer the FDIC coverage that comes with this account, so that coverage is not coming from Vanguard itself. And we see this with other cash management types of accounts from companies like Betterment, who are currently paying 3.25% APY on their high yield cash reserve product, as well as Wealthfront, who are currently paying 3.25% APY on their cash account. Both Betterment and Wealthfront offer a good rate and lots of features and benefits that make their products look very similar to a bank account, including FDIC insurance. But again, if you read the fine print, you're going to see this FDIC coverage is coming from partner banks where your money is actually being held. Now, cash management accounts like those are not bad by any means, and plenty of people love using them, but it is important to point out that there have been issues in the past from companies like Yada where people have basically lost access to their money because of problems that were going on with middlemen who were handling funds between Yada and the partner banks. And the FDIC insurance did not kick in those situations because the partner banks were not actually failing. I'll leave a link down below to an article that kind of explains all that stuff if you're curious about it. But again, I like Betterment and I like Wealthfront, and obviously Fidelity and Vanguard are these massive institutions with great reputations and a lot of protections in place as well that give me zero concerns personally. But if we're strictly looking at the best savings accounts from actual banks with direct FDIC insurance, then one of those 10 that I mentioned first in this video would be my top picks for most people. Now, obviously, having a good high yield bank account is gonna be great for saving money and earning some extra interest, but if you really wanna start accelerating your savings rate, then you have to make sure you're getting into the habit of budgeting in 2026. So if you wanna copy exactly how my wife and I budget using the same template I created that's helped us save hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years, then make sure to go ahead and check out this video over here on the screen next, where you can download that budgeting template completely for free. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.